How's it going, everyone? My name is LC and today we are here with another Marvel Mystic Mayhem video. Welcome to the first ever video of this series, how to properly use said character. In this video it'll be about Scarlet Witch. I do think a lot of people have questions on how to use her, and I'll be giving insight on how I particularly go about using her, because again, she is a very well made character, and she's most likely, depending on your opinion, but on a common consensus, she's at least one of the best, like at least top 5 best characters in the game. She fits that threshold. For me, she's probably like top 3, because she's just that damn good. Like, you can't really get any better than Scarlet Witch, to be honest. Silver Surfer is debatable, but it's up to you, really. But yeah, anyway, we're going to talk about how to effectively use Scarlet Witch. I'll be going in detail about, you know, her kit and her highlight and things like that. But afterwards, I'll be showing some gameplay of her on how I approach using her. She does fit on teams, of course, but again, this main video is about her solely, so I'm not going to focus too much on that. Before we get started though, I just want to say, how come Scarlet Witch doesn't have a costume yet, like a Marvel Zombies costume or something? I don't know. I'm just saying, like, it would be cool, even like the base like costume she got before she came over to the Mystic realm, like that'd be cool too. But anyways, moving on. So moving over to her talent tree, I do not have everything maxed out because I don't have all the resources like that. I want to, but it's like, by the time I could do that, it's like I know the character's coming out and I need to like summon for them and, like, you know, save up resources for that, and it's a whole lot of like going over and over. It's just a lot of stuff. But anyways, so with Scarlet Witch, she is mainly a single target DPS. So in simpler terms, she does high output damage to single targets. So if you're fighting a boss, or if there aren't too many enemies on the field, Scarlet Witch has potential to at least just wipe them out with like one blow. It's really impressive. When it comes to multiple enemies on the field, it's not like she can't do damage towards them. It's just that she can get overwhelmed very easily, and she will get eliminated very quickly. So you do not want that to happen. So starting off with her passive Altered Outcome, her crit damage increases by 1.15%. That's at level 7, by the way. For every 1% crit rate. Crit rate cannot exceed 50%. Now, artifacts do come into play with this, because you kind of want to upgrade your crit rate happening here. Same with like with the buff too. You know what I mean? Like, it definitely helps. You know, her passive going alongside that, right? But you also want to make sure that you don't go full in, because if you do go like full like hog wild on that crit rate, don't get me wrong, you'll do a lot of good damage, but like her survivability, right? You gotta focus on that too, because if you don't have the survivability, you know what I mean? So you gotta really like plan out things accordingly. Chaos Restored. If there's only one enemy within the range of Reality Warp, refund 100 ultimate enemy. What? I can't speak clearly. Energy. So, Reality Warp is her ultimate move. We already know what damage it does. It's just freaking busted. If someone is in the center of said move, it'll do more damage to that said person or that said character. And with Chaos Restored, if there's only one character, it'll restore her ultimate energy. I will say, it is kind of beneficial to have that, or this, I guess, bonus ability, because again, even though 9 times out of 10 you might fight more than one person on field, if you even just aim it at, let's say, the character with more health, you will still regain that ultimate energy back, right? So it's not like you're back where you left off. You're basically at a better position to use your ultimate again and wipe out the opponent for good. Moving on to Nexus of Never. Scarlet Witch's attack is increased by 15% in Rewrite of Reality status. Reality status gains an extra 27% crit rate, right? Yeah, exactly. Okay. So extra damage, simple as that. Whenever you use her, what was that? What the hell was that? Anyways, so yeah, whenever you use her buff, you'll basically gain 15% attack as well, alongside that. And moving on to her last bonus ability, Rewrite Reality lasts for 3 more seconds. It seems simple enough. And that's, of course, you know, with upgrading things like that. Everything here is level 7. I do need to upgrade these to at least level 9 at some point, but that's not for this video. It's just, again, how to use her, right? So I'm comfortable with level 7 for now, but at some point I will have to like get her to like her skills to level 9, right? But like right now I'm comfortable. Moving on to her highlight. This is where things get very convoluted and kind of not confusing, but it's like you have to plan accordingly here, because not everyone has her specific highlight, because this does cost money. Like, this is not free unless she has a specific banner. Does Scarlet Witch have a premium banner? I don't remember if she did. If she does, then they'll put her banner on there, but if not, then you're probably not going to see it. But anyways, this highlight is specific towards her. Of course, ranged characters can use this, but with the additional effect that this is mainly pertained towards her. Let's read through it anyway. The wearer's crit rate increases by 25%. After the wearer uses a buff skill, their attack increases by 20% for 15 seconds. So this basically just goes alongside her basic passive already, right? Like, her having that extra crit rate from the highlight already increases this, of course, by 1.15, but it's still really freaking good, right? But then again, it's also for every 1% crit rate, right? Well, gotta say, it can exceed 50%, of course. But let's say you gain, 25% crit rate, your crit damage will increase basically that same amount or a little bit more because of the percentage, right? So moving back to the highlight here, additional effect when equipped by Scarlet Witch, special damage increases by 7%, which isn't too crazy, but it's still nice to have too. But let's say you don't have this highlight, right? Which highlight do you entirely use? And that is a good question. I will say a higher blade is pretty nice as well, but the only problem is Scarlet Witch doesn't have any follow-up attacks in her kit, right? She doesn't work like that. So this second half of this, I guess, ability basically doesn't work because, again, you don't have that, right? So she'll get damage increase, but that's about it. So you kind of have to pick your battle with that one. Friends on Street, you could do this too. Only thing is, Scarlet Witch doesn't really have any debuffing prospects to her in her kit. So again, this second half here won't really be beneficial, but again, you will get that extra bonus of damage by 16%, so that's also good. Rise like Phoenix, the wearer's crit rate increases by 20%, already a good thing. For each allied character of a different class on the field, the wearer's attack increases by 2%. I do think this is probably, if you don't want to use a higher blade in Friends on Street, this is probably your next best bet. And I would probably put this on the top, but I don't really need it because I have the Scarlet Witch's highlight already. But yeah, this is basically all you need right here. Again, you gain the extra 20% crit rate, and just for having different members of different classes on the field, you gain an extra 2% increase for each of them, right? So if you have two, you gain 4% attack increase. It's not 16%, of course, but it's still a lot better. And if you awaken this highlight in particular too, you'll be able to upgrade this percentage, right? So I do think this is probably your best bet, honestly, if you don't have Rewrite My Fate, right? So for highlights, I say if you have Rewrite My Fate, use it. It's so good. But if you don't, I say goes with Rise Like Phoenix, and then you can, honestly, these two are interchangeable because the first half of the abilities are basically the same. For artifacts, this is where I get very customizable here. I usually leave like this though. I don't really change it that much, but it can be changed. I use the hand shuriken because it increases her crit rate. As we all know, her increasing her crit rate, it'll play into her passive immensely. You can use unstable molecules that'll increase her attack by 10%, but I personally don't feel the need to. There is also which gun is it? I can't find it. I don't think I have it in legendary. I probably don't, but it's around here somewhere. It increases, her crit damage by 18%. So you can use this too, but me personally, I don't really think it's necessary because you kind of already have that crit increase already built into her kit. So it's this is a nice addition, but you don't really need it. But you can combine both of those if you don't have, let's say, a unique artifact like Evil Eye, or or if you don't have what's it called? If you don't have, the Dark Hold, right? These are very great, artifacts to put on to Scarlet Witch, of course. But yeah, again, Midnight Gun is honestly, it's not a bad bet to put on Scarlet Witch at all. You can do wonders with both of these. I've seen it happen, of course, and I've tested it myself. But again, I just kind of feel safer with using the Dark Hold because it's just it captures basically everything that Scarlet Witch already has and just enhances it, right? Evil Eye you can use too, but you are taking that extra 30% defense off of you, so you have to kind of work with what you got there. It's not a great takeaway, but you can work with it, right? I'd rather just go with Dark Hold because even though you lose 7% of your health every time you use a skill or ultimate move, you can gain your health back, right? And if you have characters like Namor, or if you have like Captain America, you will still recover your health over time, right? That's like a base thing in the game. You'll still recover it, but I'm more safe with this as an option than to lose 30% like defense. Like, I don't really like that to me. Now, as for Soul Saga, this isn't really important because the stuff, well, it does make her look a lot better, but like, you don't really need it because everything within her kit already is like already busted. This is just like a nice bonus to have, right? Thankfully, I got one already. That be I put it to heart 1. Defeating an enemy with Chaos Blades returns it into your hand. Like, I'm super fine with that. As well as, you know, you gain 1 mana upon defeating them. So it's like, it's just a nice bonus to have altogether. But yeah, you don't really need to focus on all this right now unless you get extra dupes, of course, but it's like, but again, you don't really need to focus on that right now. So that is basically the deep dive information of her. Now let's take her into some matches and I'll describe on how I approach on using her. Alright, we are at everyone's favorite testing stage, the Morgan Le Fay stage. Now, Scarlet Witch is over leveled, so that's just something we have to work with here, but I'm going to use like equally or lower leveled characters alongside her, so I can like balance it out. So let's put in Dream Queen, just for the sake of things, why not? And let's put in, who should we put in actually? Who do I really use? Like, really? No, let's put in Spider-Man. He's, you know, Spider-Man. Okay, that's fine. Let's do it. Okay, so Scarlet Witch will stay at the back end. Why is it on auto mode? Anyways, yeah, she will stay in the back end. She will just do her thing. But as you can see, she is targeting Morgan Le Fay right now. Me personally, whenever I have Chaos Blades in my hand, I would like to preferably use it like just immediately, just in case I can wipe an enemy out quickly. I can get it back to my hand and, you know, plan out from there. So I'm going to take out one of these Hydra agents because they do regenerate the other enemies on the field over time. So that one's gone. See, you get the 1 mana back and you get it back in your hand already from having that as a soul, right? Or the mana's base, but like having this extra heart in you will give it back to your hand after you knock out a character. So doing it again, there you go, get the extra mana back. It's totally fine. Okay, so now here we're gonna do it again towards Morgan Le Fay. Don't know how much damage this is gonna do, but again, she does focus on, you know, single target damage, so it should be pretty good. There you go. Easy. Okay, now we're gonna buff up Scarlet Witch. Remember, once you enter in this state, your crit rate and your damage will go up a little bit. Not a lot, but a little bit. We're not gonna use her Chaos Blades yet. We're just gonna wait a little bit. Here we go. Gonna do this here. You see what I'm saying? Like, there's no point. You see what I mean? We're gonna do Chaos Blades again. There we go. Okay, and now we're gonna do her ultimate here. Basically almost knocked her out. I believe this should end the match too, though. There we go. Yeah. So easy. It's very simplistic with Scarlet Witch here, because again, she's like she's like a brain off character. Yeah, looking at her damage, over 200,000. Like, let's be real. Like, we're not surprised in the slightest here, clearly. But yeah, she's a very like, you can turn your brain off while you're using her. You don't have to really put much thought into it, but like once you have those extra souls into her, that's when you can start like strategically you know, plan your way through. Okay, so what if you don't have 1 soul into Scarlet Witch? How would you approach this? And I'm glad you asked. So Scarlet Witch is going to go in, of course. We're going to put in Doctor Strange just for the healing, and we're going to put in armor just for the defense, and I like using armor, so why not? I would put in Captain America, but it's like it makes her look it makes her look really good. Okay, so let us go. How we're going to approach this is we are not going to use the Chaos Blades every single time. We're just gonna focus on like using it one at a time. Like, we're gonna basically play it as how we don't have a single like a single soul into Scarlet Witch. Okay, we're gonna heal the team. Yeah, I don't enjoy the range sometimes. I wish like the more you level up, the more like range you'll get, but it is what it is. We're gonna give this to you. Okay, you're out of there. Let's do this here. I don't think we should return any energy back. Yeah, because there was like 5 enemies in that circle of damage, right? So that wouldn't have triggered the bonus ability. Okay, this is fine. We do need Doctor Strange to heal the team eventually, though. So we're going to draw a buff, and then get a healing card, and we heal Scarlet Witch. Okay, here we go. Alright, and then Scarlet Witch is going to buff herself again. Extra damage and a crit rate. Then we're going to use our Chaos Blades, thankfully so. Alright, here we go. Good damage, good damage. Then we're going to do this. Actually, no, let's hold off on that, actually. Let's wait. Should we buff up her damage to Scarlet? I get it. Actually, no. Because again, I wanted to show Scarlet Witch just like for herself. I don't want to show her like, you know, just like basically boosting her up from other people. Like, that's not really fair, because this is solely about Scarlet Witch, right? So let's just stick with this. Okay, nice. Basically, what, 10% damage, I believe? Basically, let's do this here. Okay, let's do. Actually, let's not do another buff up move yet. Let's wait, because I want to get the Chaos Blades now. Actually, I gotta get a shield going on there. Okay, there's shield. Need Doctor Strange to do this. We're gonna heal as well, though. Okay, there's Chaos Blades. Okay, we're gonna do the buff first. You shouldn't really do this, but I'm just doing this because like I know Doctor Strange can heal. But yeah, I'm gonna do this first, mistakenly. But we did get Chaos Blades back, so that is good. You're going to heal. No, there's no healing card. Okay, that's fine. We're gonna do. We're actually gonna do this to ourselves. We're gonna heal the whole team. Here we go. I don't know if this will knock out Man Thing, but it should do damage. Okay, almost 10% damage. Not mad at that. Okay, gotta use Chaos Blades very, very soon. Okay. Need to wait for 3 mana. Here we go. Okay. Basically, we're in the long haul. Yeah, there we go. Easy. Well, it took a little bit, but pretty much easy. I'll say, of course, Scarlet Witch did almost 500,000 damage. Jeez, I'm not surprised. Not surprised. But when it comes to stages like this, where there's like more enemies on the field, you have to tackle that one at a time. You can go with boss first, but again, enemies can overwhelm Scarlet Witch and other characters on the field. So I would say eliminate them first and then go for the boss. But again, with Scarlet Witch, you got to go one at a time. Her Chaos Blades, again, do great damage. 9, well, I won't say 9. 7 out of 10 times they'll like knock them out in just one shot. But sometimes it might take a little bit more, so you do have to be a little bit more prepared for that. But again, 7 times out of 10, you'll most likely knock out the character. Okay, so now we're gonna try this on one last mission. This last mission being against level 70 Surtur. Even though he's level 70, he still hits very hard, and the little minions are still very annoying. So we're gonna approach this as real as possible. Why is the auto mode on? What are we doing? Anyways, we're gonna buff up ourselves, of course. Here we go. So the crit rate is active, the attack up is active, and I believe the crit damage is active as well. So let's do this, or we could let Captain America boost up Scarlet Witch even further. We could do that too. Okay, so now Scarlet Witch has an extra damage buff. All right, so now we can use the Chaos Blades. As you can see, 33,000 damage. Freaking great! Like, it's just gross. Jeez. I'm gonna use Namor here. Let's do us damage reduction and healing at the same time. Here we go. Okay, not bad damage. We don't need to buff Scarlet Witch right now, so we can wait a little bit. Captain America's move right here. Okay, we're going to buff Scarlet Witch right now. We're not gonna wait for Captain America. We can just do this, honestly. It doesn't really matter. See, it basically just like it basically just wipes him out. So I was like, there's no point. Here we go. Okay, now we gotta fight all these extra minions here. Okay, we do this here. Okay, not really one-shotting, but it's fine. Okay, so again, missions like these where multiple enemies are on the field, one at a time is the strategy. Now, this is kind of like a countdown thing too, so you gotta like speed it up with Scarlet Witch here, but 9 times out of 10 you won't really have a countdown, it'll just count up, so you can take your time with that. But yeah, you mainly want to go for the character with the least amount of health and then work your ways up, because you don't want to, like, if you have the soul, of course, if you don't knock out the character with the most health, you will get that card back in your hand, right? And you want that card back in your hand too. So you knock out the character with the least amount of health first, and then you work on the last character. And if you miss the last character, it's totally fine. But again, I'd rather have one character get through than have 3 get through, you know what I mean? And then you have to start all over, right? You don't want that, so it is what it is. Okay, let's use the buff here, just damage up buff. Let's get this going. Let's do this here. Chaos Blades. Let's boost up for crit once again. Now let's do Scarlet Witch's ult. Not gonna knock him out, but again, still works. 65%. 112 damage is actually really, really good. Okay, let us buff ourselves again. Okay. Okay, let's do this here. Buff up ourselves. Let's do this again. Okay. Chaos Blades. Great damage, great damage. Let's buff ourselves just for some health. And I do think that this last ultimate from Scarlet Witch should knock out straighter. Like, it should just be a straight wipe. Yeah, there you go. Easy. You can skip that. New record too. I'll take it. 600,000. See, granted, Captain America with his attack buffs did help that immensely. We will say that did help a lot. But Scarlet Witch alone, like, we already know, like, she does, again, a fantastic crap ton of damage. So that basically concludes how to use Scarlet Witch properly. Again, it's not too hard because Scarlet Witch is a brain off character. What I mean by that is you can just turn your brain off while using her. It doesn't really take much into using her, of course, but you can put some thought into it if you want to, honestly. Again, I only do that whole, like, you know, I gotta knock out the character with the lowest health thing because of the whole soul business. Like, if she didn't have that, you don't really need to focus on that, really. But if you do have that, that's what I would focus on. But again, still a brain off character. Like, if you're just fighting one character, like, or just one boss, just fight her normally. Like, you don't really have to do anything crazy. But I will say, like, this, how I would approach, like the steps to, you know, get that most, like, maximize most of your damage if you don't have, like, Captain America or whatever. Of course, the artifacts right here, and of course the highlights I mentioned to you earlier. But I'll say buff, or if it's in your hand, of course, use your buff first because that'll buff the crit rate and your crit damage and your attack too. And then afterwards, if you have Chaos Blades, use Chaos Blades. And afterwards, if you have your ultimate ready, go ahead and use that. That should have done, like, at least a good amount of damage. But again, you don't know how beefy the boss is, so it might not have. I don't know for sure, but it might have. And basically, just rinse and repeat. You can also mix and match too because the whole, like, crit rate, crit damage does last a good little bit. So you can, like, if, you know, Chaos Blades comes back into your hand, you can use that again as long as, you know, those buffs are still there. But if not, I'll basically just rinse and repeat, like, just start over from the buff and then the, you know, the Chaos Blades and the ultimate. But there is a plus side again, since you're fighting just one character, of course, that her ultimate will, you'll basically gain ultimate energy back from because it's just one character being affected by her ultimate, and it makes sure you have that ultimate, like, in the center of the character because it'll do the most damage towards that character. So that basically concludes the first episode of this series. This is a very long one, but honestly, I feel like it was needed, to be honest, because not everyone knows how to use Scarlet Witch, and I want to do the best I can to help out other people. But if you have any other tips and tricks on how to use Scarlet Witch as well for other people to know, let me know in the comment section below, and also let me know what characters you guys would like to see next as well. Today we are continuing the how-to series. This episode is now on Daredevil. Now note, this is still the try feature. I still have not summoned for Daredevil, and I'm probably not going to. I'm just gonna save my resources until the next character, or maybe even the character after that. Depends on how cool or interesting the next character is, or like if I even like them. I don't know if I will. I might. I'm hoping that I do. But yeah, for the most part, we're just gonna save on Daredevil. But this video, we're gonna break him down a little bit more than last video. Like, last video, I was just trying him out. But this video, I'm really gonna try to, like, understand how he works and, like, try to explain it to you guys, like, what the best strategy is for the character. Note again that we can only do this stage. We can't really fight any of, like, bosses, unfortunately, so we will have to work with what we got here. But for the most part, it should be okay. Again, we have an optimal team for Daredevil. I heard Black Knight Moon Knight is really good for Daredevils. I guess not synergy, but, like, for buffs and everything like that, like, they work really well together. So I'm gonna try. Well, first I need to break him down once again, actually. Okay, so starting off with, once again, his super sensory. This is a very new passive just for anyone in the game. Daredevil cannot do critical hits. None. He has none. He has critical rate, but that gets transferred to his basic attack damage. Like, it still baffles me, like someone being in, like, cannot having like critical damage a part of their kit. Like, it just, because I feel like Daredevil, to me, he screamed like having crit damage, right? But they just did not give it to him. So if you are building Daredevil, I would not give him something that, or an artifact anyway, that would necessarily lean into him having crit damage. Giving him crit rate, that's probably a much better option. So I think the unstable molecules gives him a better crit rate to his overall status. So definitely lean towards using that for him. So moving on with his skills now, this is where things get a little bit more convoluted. Daredevil is immune to blind, so he is a option to counter Invisible Woman. I heard that he's also good with fighting against Psylocke too, but I'm not really sure what the correlation is there, because I don't think she applies blind or anything of the sort. But maybe since Daredevil can push the back end fighter, maybe he, I don't know, maybe has some kind of, I guess, some good points there. But anyways, so Devil on Tail, Devil Justice, guaranteed to hit. I think this is, yeah, that's his ultimate, right? Yeah, it's simplistic. Radar sense enemies on the radar deal 20% less damage to Daredevil. It's nice, I guess, quote unquote damage reduction. Doesn't really say, but it's basically damage reduction for him. So if you use the on radar, yeah, with the inner sight buff, this allows you to take 20% less damage from enemies, and also you deal 96% more basic attack damage to them, as well as all of your other allies will like shift their focus towards that enemy. So you will see later in game how that really works, but it's pretty cool. I do think it's nice to have, because they will just shift their focus onto like different areas of enemies, just to one single enemy that you're focusing on right then and there. So that's pretty nice. Skill of Justice. Devil of Justice deals 100% more damage on the first hit to each enemy in the target area. Pretty simplistic. You have to really do much about it. Just unlock this, bonus ability here, and you're good to go, really. Dead Drop. This one is actually pretty cool, because once you dash, you do apply a stun to the enemy. All those for 3 seconds, I do think is really nice. You deal your physical attack damage too. Can't complain there, really. For the most part, again, Daredevil, I think he's simplistic, but the problem is like, that's it. You know what I mean? He's just a simplistic character, and there's not much else to really go from there. I heard that he has like 100% dodge or something. I don't know, or some kind of dodging thing in him. Does it? No, this case that's 0. Or maybe this one is. I don't know. But I heard somewhere that he has like a 100% dodge, which it's weird because he doesn't have that anywhere in his kit, which I feel like he should have that in his kit at least. But it is what it is. Looking at this Daredevil though, the one that is for the trial, he's level 50 right now. They gave him Hear Me Roar and Unstable Molecules and the, I forget which glove is, maybe Stark Glove, I don't know, I forget what it's called. I think it might give energy generation or health maybe, I can't remember. So we have Moon Knight over here, and we have Black Knight, all level 50. Both give buffs, both good, depending on who you pair them up with. By themselves, not really, but they make Daredevil look really good here. So we're going to try this right now. We're going to slow down the speed of the match, actually, so we can actually get a closer look of how Daredevil works in depth. Alright.
Got it. A place like this doesn't have.
Okay, so what we're going to do first, we're going to go and jump towards the back and apply the stun move with the dash. That did basically half that damage right there. And this move, this is on the radar. Well, I don't think it's called that officially, but that's the passive that it has. So I can go to you over here, and I can just hit this opponent, and then all of the allies in the surrounding area will go and attack this enemy. And we deal an increase, I think 80 or 90 something% more damage, basic attack damage. That is good too. I do think Daredevil's a lot beneficial when he's pushing those back end characters, just because he can just again reach across there and just deal a lot of basic attack damage. We're gonna wait to use Daredevil's ultimate as well. We just want to see the most damage it can do. Okay, we're not gonna do that yet either. Okay, now we're going to do Daredevil's ultimate. And remember this, well, I don't know if it has a bonus ability for this Daredevil, but it should deal a good amount of damage when you're doing that first hit, but we'll see. I don't know if they unlocked it. Yeah, it's iffy. His ultimate, to me, I think is kind of weird because, like, while the enemies are in the surrounding area, I don't know if it hits everyone in that area. I have to, like, see again. Because, again, I do think it's pretty weird, the way it's designed. Maybe it's me. I don't know. Maybe I'm not using it right, but... I don't know. We're gonna do one more dash. Okay. Yeah, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. I do like, again, he's a simplistic character. He's nothing like complicated. He's very straightforward. You can just, again, just go gun to the back of the line or the back of the enemies, and then just kind of go from there and just build up with what you have to, or with what you have anyway. But other than that, again, pretty simplistic. We're gonna try it again on the same stage. You can't really try anything else. But for the most part, it should be again pretty easy. Just looking at everyone else's stats though, I think it's the same. Oh, well, look at that. Yeah, there's no souls, no dupes, nothing of the sort into him. Just basically same old stuff. Everything for Daredevil is level 5 in terms of scaling, so that should be good to know about. I'm sure we can't bring anyone else here, so yeah, I'm sure we can't. Okay, I mean, hey, it's fine. Should I switch it around just because? Let's try it. Okay, we're not gonna go for this back end character. We're gonna go for this one. Okay. Like I will give it to Daredevil. Like he does really good basic attack damage. Okay. Here. What we're gonna do now is we are going to fire to you. On the radar is active, so now everyone's gonna shift their focus to this enemy, deal more basic attack damage. That's good. We're gonna buff up everyone here. Our attack speed is up now. We're gonna do our ultimate. I need to see like the damage on this. It's weird. Okay, maybe it does hit everyone, but like it just depends on like the character. I don't know. I don't know. I'm trying to figure it out, but like it's such a weird, not a weird ultimate, but like the AoE thing just confuses me, honestly. So let's heal.
You're about to learn the meaning of patience.
I did pretty good damage, Moon Knight. I'm shocked. I'm shocked we got to do anything. Okay, we're gonna dash again. You stun, nice. Yeah, that stun move was probably be like really nice to have in those PvP missions where you can just. But wait, hold on. If you could do Daredevil with 2 other follow-up characters, sure, Daredevil will be able to follow up, but like him being able to apply the stun, that could be pretty useful, in my opinion. Okay, all right. I fairly get that. So, once again, think of Daredevil like a not so strong Gambit, but maybe it's hard. I think just think of him as his own character, honestly. I think the not problem with Daredevil, but I think we're thinking of him similar to how we thought of Captain America. It's like he's not like he's an entirely new class or anything, but it's like since he's so different from everyone else, it's like, dang, where do we gauge him from, really? But that's not necessarily a bad thing because it kind of ushers in a new era of character, if that makes sense. Not like game changing or anything, but he's at the he's at the moment where it's like, since he's in the game so, not early, but it's his first day of release, we don't know how to gauge him, we don't know where he would work specifically. I'm thinking mainly PvP oriented. I just think that's probably the best course of action to use Daredevil, but PvE, like, it could work in your favor. I don't know. It might not, who knows. But I don't necessarily think that he is bad. If you're using Daredevil, I will say, of course, go to the back-end character. So if you're in PvP, well, PvP is very different. If you're doing the manual PvP, go to the back-end, of course, right? If you're doing the automated one, it's kind of up to the AI. You can't really, change much about it. But yeah, if you're in PvE too, go for the back end of the line with the enemies, and then see how Daredevil will work in there. I don't know how well his defense is. It could be like we saw it, but like you never it's okay. I can't really tell from being level 50 standpoint, right? Like you need to see how it really is against the grip. But for the most part, though, yeah, go against the back line. Apply your stun, apply your on the radar nonsense. I think that should really be fun, at least in terms of getting rid of like those high threshold enemies, because some of them do a lot of damage. So it's nice to get those characters out the way, at least in my opinion. Again, don't have to put anything that does crit damage into Daredevil, because that's basically useless. He will not be able to use the crit damage at all. His main thing is having crit rate that will basically transfer over to his basic attack damage. So there's that. Remember also, if you're fighting a character that applies blind or anything of the sort, Daredevil is immune to blind, so he will not be able to miss his attacks while under the effects of blind. Here's the thing though, I don't know if this is certain, but yeah, he's immune to blind. But if a character applies, not blind to themselves, but I don't this is gonna be weird. I know Invisible Woman's ult lets her go invisible, but I don't think it's called blind. I think. I could be wrong, but I don't think it's called blind. So would Daredevil still be able to hit her while he can't see her? Or is it just blind that debuff, right? Actually, we can check right now actually. Let's see for ourselves, cause it's kind of not confusing, but I just need some further clarification. Yeah, so it's invisible, so he can still not see. If he could still see her, that would be cool, obviously, right? Well, he can't really see, but you know what I mean. It would be cool if that was the case. But him being immune to blind also works too. So if you are up against the Invisible Woman and she applies the blind debuff to you, you'll be okay. But if she applies her ultimate to herself, then you will basically be, not useless, but you'll be in the same predicament as everyone else. So just be wary of that as well. So all in all, Daredevil, pretty good fighter. If you're going to use him, make sure you go attack the back end character. Focus on implementing some crit rate into him, as well as giving him maybe some extra defense just so he can live for those back-ended fights. He's very PvP oriented, I will say, and I do think he'll be pretty good against the likes of Invisible Woman. In today's video, we are going to do a how-to Emma Frost. This is continuing the how-to series of Marvel Mystic Mayhem. It's where I break down these characters and going into a little bit more depth than I did originally. I go through, how to use them, how to best use their equips, things like that. So today's video is focused on Emma Frost right now. So my Emma Frost is at level 83 out of 85. She will get there eventually, but right now level 83. I do have some interesting equips on her, so let's get it started with her artifacts. So at first I gave her Force Field Glove, that being it increases her HP by 10%. And as for her unique artifact, I gave her Evil Eye, which increases her crit rate by 20% and decreases the wearer's defense by 30%. Now, initially, I wouldn't use this, to be honest. This is just like a whatever setup I kind of use sometimes, because Emma Frost isn't really the person to go on the offense and just do heavy damage. You know what I mean? She's mainly in the back end, and just either buffing or debuffing, and just doing her quote unquote damage from the back. So if I really wanted to focus on I guess using Emma to her best of her ability, I think using something like why is it okay, I don't know why I chose the Dark Hold as the glasses, but yeah, I would use something like the Enchanted Glasses, because it enhances their concentration, and that being it enhances the buffer's duration. So much worse. It enhances the buffer's duration of their buffs, right? So I think using that for Emma would be very sufficient. I don't know if it works for debuffs too, but again, for buffs, it would be pretty nice to have. If Emma had passively regen over time, it would be perfect for the Enchanted Glasses, but she doesn't, so it is what it is. As for her unique, yeah, I wouldn't really give her Evil Eye, to be honest, but I just use that for whatever. I think using the Cosmic Cube was a good option. Also using the Gungnir is also pretty good too, because it increases her skill damage by 30%. But I mainly go with the Cosmic Cube, because just again, it's so versatile, and when it comes to most controller characters, they can really benefit off of using the Cosmic Cube, right? Some defensive characters too, like Captain America, I think he's good with this. But yeah, Cosmic Cube just really good for your controller characters. So we're gonna stick that onto her. We're gonna upgrade the Enchanted Glasses to level 20. Alright, and now adding to the highlight. We have no strings on me. I do not have Emma's personal highlight. I would love to, but That's too much summoning, and honestly, you don't really need it. So, sure, it's nice to have, but again, with Emma, while starting off, she's not the greatest. Once you get more dupes in her, which I feel like you will, it's just like inevitable, it's all said and done there. So, I gave her no strings on me. All allied defenders' defense increases by 10%. All allied fighters' attack increases by 10%. And all allied strikers' crit rate increases by 12%. It's just something that really just, it buffs up the whole team and not just herself, other than like the attacks right here. So like it's nice to have, in my opinion. Now I could give her something else like the Fantastic Four thing. It wouldn't really work for her because, well, I mean, kind of, not really. Like, you could stick the other 2 members of the Fantastic Four onto her team with this artifact, but like, it's just not really beneficial to me. So you could use the Guardian of Reality, but it's also okay too. Spiderman, when you can do that as well. But for me, I just personally think that No Strings on Me is just a much better thing to use. So, moving on to her Soul Saga. We have Mind 1 and Heart 2. So Mind 1 is Mind Flare, heals all allies, so that's her healing move. So instead of healing just one person base, it now heals the whole team, so that's good to have. And Heart 1, she gains 100 ultimate energy at the start of battle. Pretty simplistic, but also nice to have too. I just think that her abilities are like, they're very good, like, you don't really talk about it a lot. She can apply confusion, she can, heal, apply, I don't know if she has blind in part of her, but I know she has like some other illusions. I'm just going to break her passive down very, very quickly, and then we'll get started with the video. I'm trying to find her passive. So her passive is Mind Link. All of her allies deal 13.5% more special damage, so pairing her up with special damage characters will really be beneficial, but not just to her, but the whole special damage team. I like her, her bonus ability is good too. Diamond Shield, Mind Flare heals an ally. It also reduces the attack, it also reduces the damage they take by 20% for 10 seconds. Headmistress, when allies deal special damage, their crit damage is increased by 15%. Damage forever. When an enemy affected by damage charge is defeated, Frost gains 30 ultimate energy. And lastly, Sonic Strike is just her basic damage, just being upgraded, right? So I really like Queen's Commando because, again, you apply that confusion. Once they have that debuff on them, they will go and attack other characters. Not on your team, by the way, on their team. So I think it's pretty good. So as you guys can see, all those buffs that Emma provides for the team will be further prolonged by the enhanced glasses that we just put on her as well. So with that being said, let's hop into some content and test her out. Okay, so normally we would do the Morgan Le Fay stage, but it's not gonna show Emma Frost to the best of her ability because there's only one character there. She works a lot better with multiple characters on the field because of her confusion and things like that. So we're gonna try it this way.
Let's hit on this.
Emma Frost will be in the back, Green Goblin and Namor will be in the front end. Oh, will they? Or should I use Captain America? We'll stick with this for now. Yeah, main thing is here just to get Emma Frost going. So what we're going to do is apply the confusion to, I guess, one of these guys in the front, and they will go and attack their enemy. Follow-ups are nice, I guess. We'll do this here. Just realized that I totally forgot that actually. I think Green Goblin's a special damage, if I'm not mistaken, but I don't think Namor is. But it is what it is. But now we're going to do the healing move that Emma Frost has. Heals the whole team. There you go. Okay. I don't know if they'll get eliminated from this ultimate that Emma Frost has, so we'll see, but oh boy. Okay, we're gonna do this here. Okay, one of them got eliminated, so there's that. Okay, so we're gonna do this over here. I will bomb the way thing. I will say though that Green Goblin does need some healing a little bit, so whenever we get Emma Frost's healing move back, we will use that to our best of the ability that she has. We're gonna place these bombs, I guess, over here. I want to apply the debuff, but not yet. I just something screaming like just wait and apply it to these guys. Well, this doesn't matter now, but we'll do the heal now though. There you go. Nice. Okay. Alright, that worked. Nice. Okay. trying to beat this in under 45 seconds. That's the, you know, challenge threshold that they give. It might be likely. I think we're seeing the clear. Let's do this. Yeah. Okay. I like that. I'm happy with it. So yeah, Emma Frost, while she's not going to be the main damage dealer, she is going to be your controller, right? You know, applying the buffs, applying the debuffs to the enemy team. So as you can see, her damage is not going to be super high. That's just how it is. But again, the amount healed is going to overshadow all of these characters here. Damage taken is going to be obviously significantly, well, should be significantly less because she's mainly the back end. Just doing her like projectiles from the back of the line, right? So now we're going to take it into another fight, maybe a boss stage, and see how she'll be. But again, she does work better with at least more than one other enemy character on the field because of that whole confusion thing she applies. Alright, so we're going to fight Zutak. I know whenever we eliminate him, 3 more of his minions spawn, so honestly, that's pretty good. At least to me anyway. So we're going to do... Okay, there's 2 skill damage characters here. We need 1 more. I could use Thor. We need some more defensive characters on a skill class. Because we just got, what, Juggernaut maybe? Man, that's a maybe? Like, what should we do? This is a very interesting question. We could use a physical damage character, but I don't really want to, but it's whatever. Scarlet Witch is here. Yeah, it's fine. I don't have to use Casimir for his artifact. It's sure it's nice, but you don't need it. I could use Green Goblin too, but I was like, nah, 2 striker characters on one thing is just like, nah. Okay. Stay in the back end. I'm not gonna use that. I'm not gonna use the debuff move yet. Alright. Okay. Now we're gonna use it against, I guess, the red one. Okay. Now he's confused. Okay. I'm just gonna do Scarlet Witch's ultimate. Just gonna eviscerate them basically. Okay. That was fast. Jeez. Okay. Heal. Beat Captain America. Alright. And let's do it against the green guy because he's very annoying to be honest. Okay. Yeah, he's not hitting. Is he hitting us still? I'm not sure honestly. I don't think he was for that time being though. Let's get rid of you though. Just out the way. Do this here. Yes. Alright, keep going. Yeah, the rotation with Emma Frost is honestly like it kind of depends because like if you're in a good spot, you don't have to do much with her to be honest. But like I'll say if you have your confusion card and there's more enemies on the field, use it. But like, if it's just like a one boss kind of thing, then I don't think you really have to do anything really with it. But the healing card is definitely going to be super clutch for you. However, again, I think it's a lot better with her extra dupe, obviously, because again, she can heal the whole team with that, and it heals for a lot. So there's that. But we're going to hop into one more stage, and then we'll give our final thoughts. Okay, so I actually never did this stage on the Raging Rapids, so we might get clapped. But honestly, it is what it is. We live and we learn. We hope for the best. So we're gonna put Namor in, hopefully, and just hope for the best. I could put in, yeah, let's switch out Scarlet Witch. Put in Green Goblin. All right, let's try this. I don't know how this is gonna be. Could get clapped. We could not get clapped. I don't know. Yeah, the confusion thing is not gonna be the best here, but I mean, it's better than nothing. You know what I mean? So might as well do it. Okay. Defense down. 89. Maybe that healing move. Oh, hold on. Did he spawn in? Oh, he spawned in Hydra Agents. Okay. Actually, that's good for us because Emma Frost can use that to the best of her ability. I'll take that, actually. Okay. Granted, it's only going to get one character, so that's not the greatest part. But I mean, it's better than nothing, right? Okay. I misclicked. That's fine though, I guess. Oof, that's a lot of damage. Okay. Alright. Alright, just go with Namor's healing. Move the debuff quickly. Confused. Now he's confused. He should be either shooting at Captain America or the other Hydra agent. So, we can heal. There we go. Okay, we have a pretty solid rotation going on right now anyway. I just hope we can keep it up for the long run, because I don't want us to get in a pickle or anything. Alright, so let's do Namor's move. Okay, our healths are kind of getting at the scary point again. Alright, let's do... Yep. Okay, let's do Namor's healing move first, and then we'll do Green Goblins, and then we will do Hammer Frost. Okay, good damage. Okay, we heal those. Let's go. See, the whole bar of health is basically just healed again. That's why I'm like, it's not really fair, you know what I mean? Because, not fair, but like, it's such a great move to have in your arsenal. So it's like, it's definitely good that, well, it's good to use it. I misused that though. I should have used it on the Hydra agents that just spawned in out there. Holding them. But it's fine. Okay, we're gonna do shard, diamond shards, whatever it's called. We're gonna do the goblin bombs, whatever it's called. Okay. We're gonna do this again. Okay, we're almost there. We're in the home stretch. 2%. Alright. Easy. Well, okay. I wouldn't say easy, but like it was simplistic. Like it was an easy. It made sense for the stage it was. But honestly, impressed with it. Like Emma did what she had to do, healing in the back end, applying the confusion to the Hydra agents. Could not be more impressed than that. So overall, Emma Frost isn't really a complex character to understand. She basically just has like not two modes to her, but like two rotations that I mainly do and that's either you start off with the confusion or you start off with the healing and then you swap, you know what I mean? But they both work, you know what I mean? She's not like someone who takes a lot of time to ramp up or anything. She's just on go. She's just that instant. I get plenty of confusion. The enemies will turn against their own team and start, you know, hitting their other teammates. It's very, very useful in my opinion. You know, adding the enhanced glances to, you know, enhance your buffs is good. Cosmic Cube, I do think it worked really, really well because you guys saw that Green Goblin was using his ultimate like very, very frequently in that last stage just now. So that was mainly because of Emma right here, because of the whole Cosmic Cube shenanigans she was doing. So again, like, it was just like perfect the way it was, honestly. No changes. I do think though, in terms of controllers, she's definitely up there. She's like probably top 3. She's really good, but again, I can see why people don't always go towards her, because again, like we've been saying from the jump, she needs extra dupes to like really show what she's made of, right? She's not like, let's say, you know, Green Goblin, where like he doesn't need that. He's just good out right out the gate. Emma Frost, like her dupes just really make her shine. Again, you know, healing the whole team or starting off with 100 ultimate energy at the start of the match, already good. Now having the diamond shard being targeted, like all this extra shenanigans, like you don't need all this, but like obviously you do, but like it's just kind of like leveled and locked behind her, so it's like that's kind of the unfortunate part, unfortunately. But I mean, it's not like it's super deterring because you can still make it work without the dupes. It's just going to be a little bit more difficult to get the maximum benefit, because let's say you didn't have Mind 1, she'd be healing, but she wouldn't be healing the whole team. So it's just stuff like that you gotta think about. So in the last video we went over Magneto very basically, but in today's video we're gonna go through him very, very thoroughly here and do the best we can. You know, breaking him down and, you know, trying to really see how he works in battle and things like that. First off, I want to get out the way, I don't have him. I still don't. I'm not gonna summon. I want to save my crystals because I feel like, since it is the holiday season, I just genuinely feel in my inner being that there will be maybe like a Christmas banner, like a character that comes out near Christmas time. I just feel like there's gonna be something that like I'm gonna want to summon on for like a holiday banner. So I'm gonna hold off on Magneto right now. But I really want to get him though, because he does seem, for the most part, he seems like a really good addition to the physical class element. Like he's a really solid controller in my opinion. He just fits on so many levels. If you do plan on summoning for him, I do not blame you at all. He just seems like that great. His Soul Sagas too, like they are. I'll break these down once again, but they really make him like 10 times even. Like that can be said for any character once, like I always say, right? But in this case, it really is evident. Like it's not imperative to get extra dupes, but like you can see the vast difference of how he will play when he has more dupes into him. So let's break him down a little bit more thoroughly now. So magnetic field, that is his passive. For each target his skill hits, Magneto gains 1 stack of magnetism. And magnetism is it increases your energy generation by 4.8. So you're basically having 4.8% times by 8. That is relatively a lot. I think that's almost. I'm not gonna do that math honestly. That's gonna break my brain. But for the most part, it's pretty high. I think almost 50%, extra energy generation. So that's pretty good. If you put some energy generation artifacts into him, it could be pretty beneficial. So if he uses the Cosmic Cube, like his ultimate will go off very quickly, to be honest, in my opinion. And if you have a max souls, his allies will gain that also as like a lot quicker too. So like it'll be a win-win for everybody. But again, this is at max souls, so it kind of depends. So moving on to his talents. In the video initially, I was like, oh, you can see the Magnetic Barrage, but the video earlier has Magneto at level 50. So we won't be able to see this, unfortunately, but when you get to that level threshold, you will be able to use this. I do think this is a really good ability that they implemented into him, because I feel like since Magneto isn't really having any healing properties and he's a controller / support character, some kind of, you know, support element is needed, right? So having the ability to gain a shield equal to 120% of Magneto's Magneto's attack, I do think it's very dandy. So make sure you just stay on top of using the Magneto Genesis here. It's still such a weird way to like. It's 2 words combined, but it's still weird. So we already read Magnetic Field. We went through this already. This is just like how much damage is going to do basically. Magneto Electricity refunds 1 mana if there are at least 3 enemies in Cold Steel's target. So it is in here, but the size will like matter depending on how much you level up and things like that. So just know that Magneto is going to take not a huge crap of time to like ramp up in battle, but like he will need to ramp up in battle, and of course like here too, like he will need to ramp up in order to really maximize his overall range of damage that he can do. But once he's there, like he's there. So once you have at least 3 enemies within this special with Cold Steel, you'll be able to get 1 mana, I believe, anyway. The thing is, I still don't know if this is locked behind like the leveling too. I think it might be. I'll have to go back and check other characters and see like how that works, but it's been too long. Next up is Iron Grasp. Reduces the attack of enemies in the magnetized zone. Okay, that's not bad. I think actually it's pretty good. So it's by 15%, so it's not like a huge reduction, but it's still a lot better. This can actually help you fighting off red X against like Green Goblin. It could be like in PvP, or maybe in, I would say maybe some boss missions, but not, the bosses are kind of like faced not away from you, but they aren't really on. It's weird. But yeah, definitely for like PvP, like those very like hard missions, I guess, that require like that have a lot of, you know, enemies on field. So Magneto it's such a tongue twister for me. I don't know why. Magneto Genesis or Genesis. Mana cost 3, we know that already. Dash to the target location, granting Magneto and nearby allies polarity for 12 seconds, and polarity is increasing your physical damage by 96%. So I just want to get out the way. Gambit, Cap, Iron Man, you know, like they're all gonna benefit from this, man. Like it's just gonna be nuts. But I really want to see Gambit most of all, and how he's gonna work, because him lowering the defense already is good, but him added on like with the extra damage that Magneto can like help them. Like, this is gonna be so cool to see. And also Daredevil too, by the way, because he is also a physical damage element. But I don't know if it's like a whole like, well, yeah, because it's not like an X-Men thing going on in terms of like synergies. It's kind of just like if you're the same meta team or not. If that makes sense. Master of Magnetism, it's pretty basic to be honest. You need to upgrade Magnetic Force though. I'm trying to remember which one that is. If I'm in the field, when Magnetic Force reaches 8 stacks, the range increases. So is that Magnetic Field or Magnetic Field? This has the 8 stacks, so I'm guessing this is what it is, unless I am wrong. But I do think that's Magnetic Field because I don't see any Magnetic Force unless I am genuinely blind. Yeah, I don't see Magnetic Force anywhere. So I guess when he puts that shield on, right? Or I think, or when he gets his 8 stacks or whatever, yeah, you get extra range. So that's pretty cool to me, in my opinion. I want to try for each target his skill hits. Like I want to try get as much stacks as we can in battle and just see how that works. So I'm gonna try that. Before we hop into the battle though, I could go over his souls, but like we're not gonna be using him fully soul boosted, so it's no point there. I think with soul boost you kind of have more leeway with, you know, how you want to play with him. But for, let's just say for video's sake, we're going with him just one copy of Magneto. That's just about that. So we're gonna do it like that, and we're gonna hop in and see. Okay, so now what we're gonna do is we're gonna slow it down even more, just having a regular speed, and we're not going to do anything other than Magneto's ultimates. I do want to see his range without the whole magnetized stats, but that's if he doesn't even, like, I don't know if he gains his stacks just from basic attacks or if it's actual skills. So let's just see. I'm gonna do this first. We just want to see a play-by-play of how everything's gonna go. Okay, so, oh, interesting. So it really only attacks one person, but once we get those stacks going, it is like a whole map. Okay, which, I mean, they did say yes, but like, you really have to test it, you know. Okay, so here we go. We have 3 stacks of our magnetism going on already. Now let's do move to bring them in all in, debuff at the same time. Okay. Okay, I'm doing good damage too, like both because of the defense down. Like, it's still really notable, right? Okay. I can't even be like mad at this. This is Magneto's doing his thing. He's doing his thing.
Come and get me.
I could do it now, but I don't want to yet. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna get one of you out here. Try to anyway. Going to
stay down.
Be stunned. And do. Okay, now I want to do the buff. I can do it in time anyway. I think the cement use for me. Actually, let's go here. Okay. And he just wiped the whole map instantly. Done. Interesting. Okay, so
and that
it's interesting, I'll say, because when you don't use his ultimate, or not ultimate, excuse me, when you don't use his skill, he will just have a regular damage, I guess, or just regular range, I'll say, like a single target. But after you use his skills and like get to those 8 stacks of magnetism or magnet field, his range will be able to expand. So immediately that's already good, right? So now what we're gonna do, I kind of want to do that again, but also see, just starting right out the gate, like how quick can he like end the fight, you know, if you just start with things, right? So let's go to here. So we have 3 stacks already from this, or we should. There we go. If he wasn't fully soul boosted, then we would all have the magnetism effect on us right now. Okay, bring them all in. Now we have 8 stacks. Now we use ultimate, and the range is as it has expanded, right? Okay, so now I kind of understand how to really approach Magneto. So when you're using, well, I know it kind of depends on like the RNG of like when you get his cards, but if you're lucky enough to get both of his cards first, then I'll say use the dash first just to get three stacks first, and then use his other, I forget what it's called, use his other move to, of course, pull the enemies in, get 5 more stacks after that, and then use your ultimate, because that way your ultimate will be expanded, it'll give more damage to all the enemies on the field. So we're not going to do that first, we're going to do this. Okay, now we're going to attack the whole map. This is just, that range is so huge, like that's insanity, dude. That's messed up. That's messed up, man. This is the highest damage we actually ever have gotten to do or dealt between both videos too, by the way. So just take note of that. So that concludes the how-to Magneto video. Some things can't change about him over the next coming weeks, just because, you know, the whole meta will shift and everything like that. But for the most part, this is how I found the best, I guess, usage out of him. So if I had Magneto and I was using him in battle, how would I approach it? I think using his dash is probably a better way to start off with him. But like, let's say you don't get the card first, let's say you get his to get Cold Steel first, I'd say use that. I think this gives 5 stacks of magnetism, because when I used Master of Magnetism, or no, the buff, excuse me, Magneto Genesis, it gave me 3 stacks first. So when I used the dash first and then the debuff move, it gave me 5 afterwards, altogether 8. So whichever card you get, honestly, first just use either or. I think you also get to 8 in my opinion. But once you get to 8 and you have your ultimate ready, that is the best time to use it in my opinion, because of the whole again, range expansion and damage you do, right? So that's a lot better. If you start off with just his ultimate and you don't use any of these, I don't think you will be able to, like, of course, I mean, you won't be able to really maximize his ultimate damage, but we never really tried. But I'm open to seeing, like, if you, let's say you have like 5 stacks, will it increase, or is it just 8? But you know, yeah, it is just 8. There's no point trying it then. When Magneto's magnetic force reaches 8 stacks, it'll increase. So it'll probably just be a single target until it reaches the 8 stack, right? So that's good to know. So yeah, basically how I'm going to sum it up: when you have Magneto on field, use either of these 2 moves first, like any other kind of gameplay, but make sure you get to 8 stacks first, and then unleash his ultimate here, and then you'll do your whichever damage you can do with how many stats and stuff you put him into. I really want to see him fully like soul boosted, because that's really cool. But again, you know, we gotta save, so it is what it is. In today's video, we're going to be breaking down Jean Grey a little bit more, or how to Jean Grey, if you will, continuing on the how-to series for these characters. So Jean Grey is a striker class character. She's a very good one too. I will say her highlight obviously does make her a lot better than, you know, without it, but I will say it's very simplistic. It's not a crazy highlight. It's just extra crits when she's in her Phoenix form. So while that is good, it's like you don't inherently need it, because you can put highlights and artifacts on her that will boost her crit and make her just as good, right? So again, if you want to go for this highlight, you can. I would say if you want to, but like, again, you don't need it. Again, having, you know, 40% extra crit damage is nice, and you gain what, after using a skill, they increase your damage by 5%, up to the rest of the battle 25%, and yeah, all that other good stuff. Like, that is good, but again, you can do that with other things. So again, I don't think you really need it personally, but it probably is nice to have. Like, I'm sure the difference will show in, you know, in damage and stuff, but like, it's perfectly fine. My other account does have that highlight, but again, I can't use it because, you know, we all know why. Okay, so moving back to Jean Grey here. Again, pretty good striker character. I was able to get 1 soul into her. I wanted to put it into heart because it makes her Phoenix form last a bit longer, because it only takes 1 Phoenix force instead of 2. But I was like, why not put it into Mind 1, because we gain it, or advantage to our ultimate quicker, because at the start of battle we gain 8 Phoenix force, and then after we revert from using Phoenix Force, we gain an extra 8 back, right? So it's just like I get to my ultimate quicker, and you know I can use the Phoenix form more often because she doesn't gain her ultimate the same way everyone else does, right? So it's like get to pick your poison, and that was my poison. So I will say for talents, I mainly, her dashing move was really nice because she dashes towards the enemy and then pushes them back too. I think that's really cool in my opinion. Also, the Phoenix, I Am Phoenix move, like, is cool that she's able to switch into that form and then gain new moves too. But the problem is, I don't, like, you have to upgrade, I think anyway, the ultimate, and then you gain extra access to, you know, like extra access to the other moves, right? So we can't upgrade it through these two moves, but only through the ultimate you gain the access to upgrade those two moves. So it's like they're kind of gated, but like it makes sense as to why, because those moves are, again, you can only use them from using your ultimate, so it makes sense. So just be wary of that. I would love to, you know, get to level 41 and level 61 just to increase her attack and stuff like that, but I can't get there yet. I have to start from scratch, so it'll take a little bit of time, like I said earlier. But yeah, I mainly just use a dashing move because it's really cool. But once I get the Phoenix form, I use her, I believe it's Phoenix Flame. Spreading Wings, I'm pretty sure that's the move that like dashes at the enemy and just like swarms them. But yeah, Phoenix Flame just does a lot of damage to like all the enemies within the given area. So like you'll see a lot of that in battle. I give her Friends on Street because it increases her attack damage by 16% and she'll deal 6% more damage to debuff enemies. I usually pair her up with Iceman because he does have a lot of debuffs in terms of like frozen and freezing, stuff like that. So I just think it's really nice to have. And I don't even know if I have actually. I don't know if I have any other like strike. Well, this I could do this, but like I just give it to Lady Bullseye because why not? We'll see. Maybe I'll give it to her afterwards later on, but we'll see for now. And maybe, am I blind? But who is this? Is that, I feel like I know who this is, but that lady. Never mind. It's fine. It's an electric. Never mind. I'm not even gonna. I feel like I know who it is, but like there's no point now anyway. So yeah, for artifacts, I gave her Unstable Molecules, increases her attack by 10%. And for a second one, I give her Midnight Gun, increases her crit damage by 18%. Would love to upgrade it more. Actually, well, I can actually. Never mind. I thought I didn't have enough resources because the whole, you know, reset, but it is what it is. I would give her the Hand Shuriken to increase her crit rate. I could, but nah, it's okay. I'll stick with the crit damage for now. We'll play around with that maybe. But all in all, that is my Jean Grey right now, so we're going to hop in battle and break her down a little bit further. Okay, so we have managed to unlock the challenge stage, thankfully, finally. Sucks to have to do it from, you know, the very beginning, but you gotta do what you gotta do. So Jean Grey, of course, Iceman, and we'll put in Thor just because he's the same, you know, special damage element. Yeah, I think this is a good area to have him. Okay. Okay, so starting off with Thor's move, just because it costs the most mana just to get out of the way. They are not giving us any Jean Grey's move. But as you can see though, we get to our ultimate very, very quickly because of the extra soul we have in her. I know that not everyone's going to have that extra soul, but like if you do, I would recommend putting it into Mind 1. It's just a lot better to have, in my opinion. Okay, now her move is gone, but now we can do this, which is just eviscerates them. And now we can also eviscerate it, like we can do it again, hold on. There we go. Anyhow, we get an extra dupe in her, put the extra dupe into, what is this, Mind and Body, or the second one, it's whatever the second one is. Put it, yeah, Heart, put it into Heart 1, dude. If you put that second dupe into Heart 1, while also having Mind 1, dude, you're gonna be cooking with her ultimate. It's gonna be like a whale of a time. Okay, Fighting Scarlet Witch. Recommended level 41, but I think we'll be able to handle it, to be honest. It's not that, oh, it shouldn't be too hard anyway. We're gonna put Namor in because he has his healing, and I do think it's beneficial. So, we're gonna do our dash. Okay, follow up, nice. We're gonna do our summon, just to like, add some extra damage going on. Namor's gonna take a, oh no, he did take a hit, that's fine, okay. That is fine with me. We're gonna transform now. Okay, that's gone. Okay, we're gonna. I would love to do it to Scarlet Witch, but we gotta get these out the way so Namor doesn't take a huge lot of damage. Okay. Her having 4 health bars is crazy. For wait. Good heavens. Alright, we're gonna do this. Okay. Let's do Namor's move too. Hopefully this wipes those portals or beams out. There we go. Jesus, that's some damage. That is some damage. They're all at Jean Grey. That's actually crazy. That's wild, man. We gotta try to get one out the way, but it's actually crazy, man. We can't really get out the way either. Oh, we have to take that as like a champ. Okay. I need to get Jean out the way. There we go. Iceman do his thing. The only part that sucks, like Iceman's ultimate does do damage. Oh shoot, Namor is gonna kick the bucket. That's not great. Okay, that sucks, but it is what it is. We win, we lose, we lose. We're just testing out Jean once again. Gonna summon again. Do this here. Gonna do her ultimate. I guess this is actually a good match to show Jean Grey. You could show Jean's like revive. That would be, I guess, cool to see. Probably should have saved that, looking back. It's fine. So this. See, it just does a crap ton of damage. That is like, it's just not. That's just not right. See, I think the revive's back on. So that's good. Let's do the summon here. Again, if we win, it's okay. If we lose, it's whatever. Okay. Alright, let's do this. I would love to try to get Iceman out of there, but it's probably not gonna be this time. Okay. What should we do in this regard? Like, either way, we're in a pickle. Just cancel. Hold on. Let's do this. Okay, so Iceman, he just missed it. Okay. Let's try to get these out of here. There we go. Okay, it is nice to have. I'm waiting for them to come back, but it's whatever. Okay, so Jean is unfortunately probably gonna get eliminated. Yeah. Yeah. That's fair. But honestly, I've seen what I've seen. Let's take it to some other matches and see how she is. Okay, we're doing the Nightfall boss. I know it says level 30, but if we do level 45, we are cooked. So we're gonna have to work with this one. Alright. Let's do this here. Thor's buff. And again, I would like to use Jean's dash, but we don't have it right now. So it's kind of just one of those things where, like, gotta just accept it, just use the move she has. But again, us being able to use her ultimate just like basically right out the bat is such a beauty. I will say, if you do again have that extra dupe in her, really put it into Mind One, because getting the ultimate just right at the start of the game basically will help you so much. Now if you don't have it, obviously it's gonna, like, of course it's gonna be like a little bit different, but I'll say if you don't have it, make sure you use it. Obviously that. But I would say try prolong the ult as you can, but like, there's nothing you can really do about that until you get extra dupes in her, because again, she doesn't work like every other character that is in the game, right? Because everyone gains their ultimate energy naturally. She gains it by her Phoenix Force. So it's really just like one of those things where, like, it kind of just matters when she has dupes, which is good and bad to some degree. But I wish, to be honest, like, you might as well just give us like free copies of the, well, we kind of did, but like more, like allowing us to have more dupes is what I'm trying to say, because like you aren't able to pay for extra copies of the character, right? You just let's do dash actually. You can literally just you just can't pay, you know. So it's like you just get the one copy and that's it. So like there's no harm to me personally. There's no harm in getting like extra copies of the character now that the game is ending, right? So, but hey, that's just me. 46, nice. Nice man. The bucket, but it's okay. Is here. I'm sorry, I love this. It just wipes out everyone. It just like it's so strong. It's a really powerful move. It's just strong overall, but still, like, it's crazy. I probably should have saved that move, but it's okay. Let's do the ult now. Okay. Let's just add a summon in. This is probably gonna wipe out the Dragon Armor boss, but yeah, I'm not mad at it. I'll take. I think we made a high score too, so I'm not. Oh, we did. That's shocking. What was our score? Is it the same as last time? It was the same as that's okay. I'll take it though. I mean, yeah, I'll take it. Okay, we're gonna do the branch story because maybe why not? It's accessible. Again, there's only so much I could do since again my account had to be restarted. So only so much. I am trying here. We're gonna put our health buff on, but at least like the leveling for enemies is kind of the same. We're actually gonna do the dash. Let's get rid of them. Okay. Then we're gonna do this here. It just annihilates. Jeez. Follow-ups too is also a good thing as well. And Jean has her ultimate already. How much seconds is it? At 14 seconds it takes for her to get to ultimate. That's actually really nice. Well, in game time anyway, not in like real life time, but that's still really cool. Well, because she has her, you know, extra dupe, but it's fine. It's fine. Your ultimate on go. Nice. It's simple, easy. Alright, this will be the final match of the video. We will do our summon first. See, having double dinosaur, like, while it is nice to have an extra character on field, it does make it harder to bring Jean's cards. And I don't know why, but I feel like nice. But I feel like I don't know if it's RNG or whatever it is, but I feel like I don't get her cards as often as everyone else. Like Iceman's, I definitely get it. It's like almost all the time. But after that, there's that dash, pushes them away. Nice. But yeah, like after that, you know what I mean? It's just weird. It's just weird. There you go. I just love the fact that like Jean can just get to her ultimate so quick. Grant, of course, I will say once again because of her extra dupe. But it is again, it's still nice to have. I'm not gonna complain about it at all. It would just be nice if I had an extra dupe into her so that she could get to her ultimate. Again, the RNG is so weird for her cards. Like you don't get them until it's like last second. At least for me. I swear I just don't get them. Well, now I am, but it's like it's darn near the end of the fight. So like, boy, it is what it is though. Nice. And we'll just end the fight there. Nice. Hey, I'll take that W. I'll take it. That was how to play Jean in a different kind of way. I will say, if I had more access to other missions, I would be able to show it a lot better. But it kind of sucks that I didn't. And I realized that I didn't go over this, but her passive, each time you upgrade it, you're able to, you know, gain 1 extra Phoenix Force at the start of battle, which is again nice, right? So I will say, make sure you kind of prioritize this because again, it's her passive, but like this will really help you because you're already at that like boost of power at the start of battle, right? And you get it 1 per second. So while having this, you know what I mean? Like it's nice for whoever has, I guess, this extra part because you will be, let's say you're at level 5 of her passive, you will be at 18 Phoenix Force, and then it only take you 12 seconds to get to her passive or to her Phoenix form, right? But yeah, make sure you really prioritize this. All you have to really do is just wait for the Phoenix Force to go up every second, which is again, it's not bad. I think it's really nice. It's a lot different than everyone else's ultimate ability because theirs just like come up naturally. While you can upgrade, you know, ultimate energy, like going up in battle, it kind of does have its limitations. But this, it's not really affected by anything. But again, it's like there's only so much you can do with it because there's no like highlight or no artifact that can really boost it. It's just as soon as you max out her passive, that's it. Again, Soul Saga does come into play, but for the most part, like, yeah, pretty much it. We are doing another how-to video about Iceman, but before we get into that part of the video, we did it, guys. We got the account back after I feel like it was probably a week or so, a couple days. It felt like a while, I'm not gonna lie, but after a few days, we got our account back. Honestly, I don't even know how. Like, I don't know how it happened, but I'll take it. Honestly, I think it was because of the Dream Pass and them giving you like the paid version of the Dream Gems and like it clearing the balance off. That way, you get your account back. Either way, I'll take it. So all my characters are back, thankfully. I was able to actually do some more pulls as well, and I was able to get Jean Grey 2 of her souls, by the way, which make her so freaking unique and so good. Like, she really, like, she's good before, of course, the dupes, but after, she's just a freaking truck, and of course, her highlight just makes her even better. But today's video, we're focusing on Iceman. Now, I was able to actually get, I believe, 3 dupes into him on my the main account, so that is good. So not much is missing there. I did want to get the crown of, well, I forget what it was called, but it's the one that just got added in. That I believe I think it is like an energy generation kind of has energy generation property anyway. But again, it's kind of rare to get, so I'm gonna have to, of course, change that. So I did put on the Crimson Cloak for him, so he heals 20% of his max HP and gains 1 mana when his HP is below 50%. Happens once per battle, but I do think it's probably nice to have on him. As for unique artifacts, I don't know what to really put on him yet. Probably something mainly towards, you know, energy generation, but yeah, we'll give him this. I mean, Invisible Woman has it, but like, I really use her anymore. Sad but true. So there's that. As for highlights, I gave him the Ancient Frontier, increasing the wearer's energy generation by 30%. After he uses the ultimate move, allies' crit rate increases by 16% for 10 seconds, which, of course, going well alongside Jean is going to make things a whole lot better. As for his talents, everything's, oh my gosh, I am so behind, but oh my, wow, I thought I was doing a better job with his talents. Okay, I did not. I'm going to get these at least, or his skills to at least like level 6, hopefully. And then once that happens, we'll be good to go from there. Also, before the matches start, the Dream Pass is here for free. You're able to get the premium and regular rewards, once again, all for free. So that is good. A Dr. Doom profile picture, you get a highlight. Of course, you get your abundance of keys and whatnot. And of course, you get the new Moon Knight uniform, which I will say looks freaking sick. Like, it's just this ultimate color is so cool. Like, and it's a shame that this game is going away, because now it's just like, not the uniform is useless, but like, again, it's like a waste in my opinion, you know, like such cool designs gone to waste basically. But now let's get started to Iceman's gameplay. Okay, we're at the Raging Rapid right now. The enemies are a little bit lower leveled, but this is just mainly to showcase Iceman's abilities. So when it comes to Iceman, I should have put Jean in here, that's fine. When it comes to Iceman though, I mainly try to use the summon first, because we do gain shields off of the summon, which I do think is really nice to have in my opinion. Although I will say it is important to really get like the frozen off for Iceman 2, so he can do extra damage with his ultimate. But again, it can be kind of hard to navigate though. But like, Iceman's rotation is fairly simple, to be honest. It's just like really just use your summon and then just throw your attacks out and then just do your damage, right? Having the frozen and freezing debuffs are good too, because they slow down the enemies, right? But yeah, again, Iceman, he's very straightforward. You don't really have to do much thinking when it comes to him. He is a character that can focus on both offense and defensive aspects of the battle. I will say also, kind of triangulize when you want to use your summon, because there are times where you will lose your summon, because when you use your ultimate like now, you will lose the placement of the summon, but it'll just reappear again. So it's right here right now, but then it'll leave and go right here. So that's like inherently, in my opinion, like, it's good. It loses the shield, unfortunately, but like, it's still not bad, you know what I mean? So like, you have to once again, pick your poison, but again, it's not bad, right? Because Ice Clone could be in a bad predicament where like it is losing health, and you might need to, you know, regain it, right? So it's not really bad. See, once again, you just saw like whoa, what was that? I replenished. Like, wait, how do I have insufficient mana? What? Anyway, yeah, it was low on health. I summoned another Ice Clone and then regained its shield back, and we were good to go. I'm gonna use Jean though because I don't think this is actually a great setup. Like, it's nice, but like to really emphasize an Iceman's crit and everything, I want to show that too. Okay, going in, we have doppelganger clones too. Let's just start dashing. Okay. Now I don't want to use Ice Clone Juice yet. Well, we could actually. Why not? Let's apply the debuff first. Or try to anyway. I don't think it worked out in my favor. But it's fine though. Matches like these are like, they really kind of put you to the test. Like, it's nice to see that Iceman's ultimate can basically affect like everyone in the surrounding area, quote unquote. Like, not too crazy, but like, it's not like Namor's where it's a whole map, but like, it does have a lot of range, so that is good. It doesn't do the most damage, but again, it is nice. And as you can see, Iceman's ultimate charges up very quickly. We just used ours, and we're using it again. I'm gonna count like in game time, like how quickly it recharges, because it goes very fast. Okay, let's do Jean's dash. Nice. Okay. It's been 6 seconds in game, or it was. Actually, never mind. Okay, so almost, basically like 12 seconds in game time for Iceman. You're able to gain your ultimate with the following, you know, equips and highlights and things like that. That's how quickly you're able to use his ultimate. But again, that is very quick. That is very fast. So I say those equips do really work. Putting that clown, whatever it's called, once again, on him will probably make it even quicker. Maybe using the Cosmic Cube could help you in your favor too. I don't think it might be it'll probably be a good option to use Cosmic Cube, but it's honestly up to you on how you want to approach the battle, right? Like, it'll probably help. Like, if you're paired with someone like Jean, it's not really going to work for her because she doesn't have ultimate energy, right? She's the only character that doesn't really use that. So like, while you're good with everyone else, it's not really going to work in your favor. But I will say, Iceman is definitely someone that I would say to invest in, because he does, again, have that clone. Him applying debuffs are nice too. It's just the whole array of just, again, probably one of the better 2-star characters that I have released. So also, when it comes to using Iceman, it is like, it's really important that you make sure that you know that your enemies are having a kind of debuff on them. So right now, you can see, I believe this might be Frostbite. It could be Frostbite or Frozen. Either way, once they have this debuff on, this attack that costs 2 mana right here, it will do 30% more damage to said character or characters with the debuff on them. So we do it right now, and as you can see, there's like 3,500 damage on the, I guess, bottom half, and there was like 2,700 on the top half. So you can see the difference of damage. It's nice to know it about, I guess. It's nothing too crazy, of course, but like, I do think it's notable. So when it comes to Iceman as a character overall, I do think like building him up, it's weird because building him up defensively can work in your favor, of course, but also building him offensively will probably help you a lot to get off that extra damage, that potential. He does have damage potential, of course, but you have to really build it up, right? Okay. Honestly, I don't know which Iceman is which. I think it's the one in the back end, but I'm not sure. Okay, yeah, that's the one. All right. Okay, let's do that. Let's get Jean Grey's move off here. All right. Yeah, Iceman moves it just comes back like instantly. It's actually crazy. Okay, I think that might be Frostbite actually. Again, I don't know. I don't know the science of the debuff, so like, I don't know. But it's okay though. It's fine. So yeah, extra damage there. We can do this just to get rid of one. Alright. See, Iceman moves just like, its ultimate just recharges super quick. That's so weird. Like in PvP, that has to be like a really good move. No way it's not. Or like, not good move, but like a good perk to have. Because like you can really impact the battle with like a fast charging ultimate, right? Ah, boy. I'm also thinking back and I'm like, dang. I'm saying all this stuff and like, not that it means nothing, but like the game's not like it is ending, yes, but like it just won't have any updates after April, and it's just like, dang. Is this even? Are these words being even like said in a good fashion because the game's ending soon? Yeah. What can you do? Alright, we're keeping it moving. After this, we'll do the last fight, which is a boss fight, so I do think it'll be nice to show Iceman in a boss environment. We'll do his ultimate again. Use his ultimate on that. But yeah, basically, Iceman, very simplistic of a character. Like, I will say, use your summons first if it's in your card. If not, then like you can wait, but either way, it's nice to have the enemy with the debuffs on right now, like as you can see, and then using his attack move just to get extra damage off. Might not be the biggest hit, of course, but extra damage is better than, you know, just regular damage, right? So I'd much rather that.
Nobody does it better.
Okay, so we're gonna fight Loki, which might be a dumb idea since I know Loki has like freezing properties too. So like it might be in vain, but let's hope not. Alright. Okay, so we're gonna do a healing first. A healing. Let's do our summon here. Okay. Frozen's on, I think, anyway. And we have... Oh, of course, I forgot these guys were there. I forgot he had this. This is... I don't like that. That's dumb. Anyways. We can do this, or do it to Loki. Well, I don't want Iceman taking unnecessary damage. Okay, see, well, that did absolutely nothing. Maybe I'll have, like, Jean try to get those guys off his back. Or our backs anyway. 'Cause I know once they... I think they explode, and then they'll do, like, an insane amount of damage. I don't like that, to be honest with you. Okay, maybe not, actually, because they're just doing a lot of damage. So let's just get Loki, I guess. If... We'll see how bad the damage is first. If it's, like... Okay, it's not bad. Never mind. We're good. At first I was like, I don't know how much damage we're going to be taking from those, you know, Loki's minions. Of course being there, but from what we can see anyway, it's not bad. Let's do this here. We should be able to do one more mana move from Jean. Okay. 65%. We are at a okay-ish point. We're at an okay point. Okay, we'll do... just to throw it out, I guess. Yeah, we didn't take any, like, crazy damage, so I'm not mad at that at all. We still heal anyways, too, like, we're fine. Alright, let's do this to Loki here. Alright. We got his frostbite. Yeah, like, having the ice clones, too, really help in your favor, to be honest. I'm gonna move Jean away, actually. That did a lot of damage. Yeah, but that's moving her away. It's honestly a beneficial thing. But yeah, having the ice clone, I think, is really beneficial, to be honest, because you're not really worrying about excess damage to you, because the ice clone is, of course, applying the debuffs and other things, but also he's taking the damage for you as well. Well, for the most part, not like all the time, but for the most part anyway. And it's just like, it's a nice, like, quote-unquote fourth character to have in the game, right? So let's call another summoning, get some shields going on, and then we'll do Jean's move, and then we'll do Iceman's move again. But actually, let's do his ultimate first to apply the frostbite, and then we'll do his attack, just to see how much damage he'll do from this. Okay, 42, 36. Again, he's not the strongest character, but that's fine. I do upgrade his highlight though too. I know that much. Okay. 12%. A decent part, I guess. Alright. 2% left. Loki, my man. Wait, I forgot. I know he has a... Doesn't he have like a revive-ish Oh no, never mind, I guess not. Maybe that's just like the version that we have that has a revive. Yeah, that's fine with me. So that was how to on Iceman. Once again, a very simplistic character in my opinion. You don't really have to turn your brain on to use him. Again, just start off with the summon if you have it. If not, I say wait for it. But if you really need to use the attack, then use it. I say it's better to start off with summon, get your ultimate up, and then, you know, use your attack, because you'll have the frostbite and the frozen from these two things, right? So that would be good to use this with. Upgrading is very important too. Make sure you upgrade, of course, your passive, your abilities, because you'll do more damage from that. As for highlights, I will say Ancient Frontier is probably one of the better options to use for the energy generation for him, right? You saw how fast his ultimate was charging. It was charging in like basically 10 seconds. It was super quick. So getting that off in a quick fashion in a game or around is super beneficial in my opinion. In terms of artifacts, I do think this is nice to have, but I don't think you need it. The crown is probably a lot. Actually, no, let's go find it actually before we end the video, because I want to show you guys what I'm talking about. Like, I'm not going crazy. I know I'm not. Yeah, Crown of Blindness. I do think this is a lot better. For each ally with the different class in the team, the world's energy generation increases by 8%. I think this will help him a little bit, not a lot, but it'll be nice and beneficial to have. But if you're not using that or don't want to use that, Gamma Mutagen is nice to have too. You can also use the Cosmic Cube. Gains, you know, 40 ultimate energy after you use the skill, right? So honestly, either way, you're going to be cooking with it, so it's up to you. But as for Soul Sagas, like, if you go hard in the banner, then like you'll get your desired one. But if I have to pick a side, first I will say Ice Construct, like Mind 1, because the Ice Construct or the Ice Summon will let you use, or will give you the ability to apply Frozen on their basic attack. So that's pretty good in my opinion. So that is it for Iceman's breakdown. Once again, let me know how you guys enjoyed it in the comment section below. Also, let me know your New Year's resolutions, because I would love to know them as well. With that being said, my name is LC. Have an amazing day, God bless, and I'll catch you all in the next Marvel Mystic Mayhem video.